In a quiet Indian village surrounded by golden fields and dusty mud roads, two small homes stood facing each other, close in distance, yet worlds apart in heart. In one lived Raghav and Sushila. Their house was small, their life simple, but peace and warmth filled every corner. Sushila sold affordable saris from home, earning just enough to survive, yet she believed, if we have enough to eat, we have enough to share. Across the lane lived Mahesh and Kamla. Their house was bigger, their savings were better, but nothing ever felt enough. Where Sushila saw blessings, Kamla saw scarcity. Where Sushila believed in giving, Kamla believed in calculating. Every Sunday, an old beggar entered the village, clothes torn, steps trembling, hunger written across his face. Most villagers avoided him. Some quietly shut their doors before he could knock. One Sunday, he stopped at Mahesh and Kamla's house and tapped gently. "Please, give me something to eat," he whispered. Kamla looked at him with irritation. "Why do you come here every week? Go beg somewhere else." The door slammed shut. The old man stood there silently, then slowly turned toward Sushila's home. When Sushila saw him, she didn't hesitate. She brought warm rice, dal, fresh rotis, and cool water. "Sit, Baba," she said gently. "Eat slowly. You must be very hungry." The old man's eyes filled with tears. Kindness like this had become rare in his world. After finishing the meal, he folded his hands and said, "Daughter, tomorrow morning, whatever work you begin first, may it bless you the entire day." Sushila smiled. She hadn't helped him for a blessing. Feeding someone hungry simply felt right. The next morning, after her bath and prayers, a woman knocked on her door to buy a sari. As Sushila unfolded the fabric, something impossible happened. The sari did not end. She pulled more cloth, and it kept flowing onto the floor like a river of color. The woman gasped. Neighbors gathered. Soon the tiny house filled with shocked whispers. Every sari Sushila opened seemed endless. No matter how much she unfolded, more kept coming. By afternoon, customers poured in from every corner of the village. By sunset, she had sold more saris than she had in her entire life. That night, as she lay down, the beggar's words echoed in her mind, and she understood kindness never returns empty. Across the lane, Kamla had watched everything. Jealousy quietly took root in her heart. The very next Sunday, she told Mahesh, "Find that beggar, bring him to me." When he arrived, Kamla served him rich food on a shining plate, but her smile carried no warmth, only expectation. Before he could rise, she leaned forward eagerly. "Give me the same blessing you gave Sushila." The old man looked into her eyes calmly. "Tomorrow morning, whatever work you begin first, will follow you the entire day." Kamla barely slept. "I will touch my jewelry first," she thought, "then wealth will surround me." Morning arrived. She dressed beautifully and stood before her temple to pray. Just as she closed her eyes, buzz, a fly buzzed near her ear. Annoyed, she waved it away. But it returned, again and again. Soon another joined, then another, until flies surrounded her. Mahesh tried to help, swatting the air, but wherever they went, the flies followed. Through breakfast, through the afternoon, into every room. Irritation turned into exhaustion. That night, Kamla sat in silence and finally understood. The blessing had worked perfectly, but blessings don't follow clever plans. They follow true intentions. Sushila gave with compassion and received abundance. Kamla gave with greed and received frustration. Remember this: kindness done for reward loses its power, but kindness from the heart returns multiplied. So ask yourself, if you lived in that village, Would you be Sushila or Kamla? If this story touched something inside you, subscribe now, because stories like this don't just entertain. They change the way you see life.